So that way, if you're unable to be on the call, you'll be able to see it as well. All right, here we go. I even cleaned up my desktop for y'all today. Y'all are special because my desktop looked horrible. All right. So let's go back to Gmail. We'll start there. All right, so if you have a Gmail account, you'll notice, and you might have to move around. You can grab onto the box that has all our videos in it. You can drag that and move it around. But if you look at the top right-hand corner of the Gmail screen, you'll see the button that has your account information, but just to the left of it, you're gonna see these 9 boxes that says Google Apps. So when you click on that, you get all the great apps that are out there that are produced by Google. Yeah, we're gonna focus on YouTube today. All right, so once you get into YouTube, you'll have some shortcuts on this side. Where you'll want to go first, though, let me go through the screen first. Here at the top, you'll have this create a video or load a video. So this is where you go and actually add a video. You're also going to want to make sure that you download the YouTube app to your phone so that when you create video on your phone, you can load it directly from your phone. All right? And just go to your App Store or Google Play, search for YouTube, and you'll find that out. Over on the far right, you'll have your account button. So when you click on your account button, you'll see your channel, paid memberships. There's access to what's called YouTube Studio. Now that's in beta mode. We'll take a look at it today, and actually we'll access it. We'll go back to the classic, just because the YouTube beta mode does not have all the features that you're going to need to set up your account properly. You can switch accounts, and of course you can sign out. So if I click on YouTube, your channel, this is your channel. So channel is a place where it's basically going to host all the video that you create. All right. Now, some of it can be seen if you make it public, and we'll talk about that. Some of it might be seen by you as the user, but not seen by the world because you've either made it unlisted or also you might have made it private. So this is your channel. One of the first things you'll want to do is create your channel art. And it's real simple. If you hover over this area or you haven't created one, it'll say add channel art. And so what I use for channel art, how many of y'all use Canva? Canva? And y'all can participate on this call, by the way. It helps me. All right. So Canva is a free product. They do have a paid version if you're wanting to do print and stuff from it. Yes, I think it's like $12 a month. It's fairly inexpensive. I use the free product, so I'm going to bring that over here. All right, so you're going to want to write this down if you're taking notes. Your YouTube channel art needs to be 2560, so 2560 by 1440. All right, super important. You want it to look right. We're going to have to play with it to some extent, and I'll talk about that. Consider, what will it look like on mobile? What will it look like on your desktop? So when you go into Canva and you create your account, one of the things right here at the top, you're going to see custom dimensions. And you're going to make sure it says pixels. If you do inches, that's not going to work. It's going to be in pixels. That's the default. And you're just going to put 2560 by 1440. And you're going to create your design. And so it gives you the exact dimensions. Now, here's where I'm going to warn you, is you need to make sure that when you're building it out, that whatever you want to show is going to be more in the center of the design. Okay? Because otherwise, when it goes from mobile to desktop and people are looking at it, it could cut it off. And so you might have to play with this a few times in order to get it exactly like you want it. The great thing about Canva is it's got, and we're not going to spend a lot of time here because we could spend a whole session on this, but you can add photos. You can upload your own photos. So you can bring photos into it. You can change your background color. You can add text. You can format the text. You can do all sorts of things here. Okay. So we can add text and move it around. Again, try to keep it centralized, because if you don't, it's not going to show up right. And the best way to do that is to format it, upload it, and then go test it on your desktop, test it on your mobile. If it doesn't work, go change it again, upload it, test it on your desktop, test it on your mobile. All right. One other thing while we're in Canva, and then we'll leave Canva, and you'll want to write these dimensions down. You want to create a thumbnail for each one of your videos. All right. Here's the reason why. You don't want to be stuck on the camera looking like this. You don't want that to be your thumbnail. Nobody's going to go to it. All right. So it's really easy to create a thumbnail. You're going to click on custom dimensions. And for your thumbnail, it is going to be 1280 by 720. Again, you'll create a new design, and you can make that design whatever you want. Now, I believe in branding and I believe in consistency. And so all my videos, and I'll show you some of the designs I've created for my own business, they look exactly the same. So you'll see these here, and all I'm changing is a text each time. So for me, I can change these very, very quickly and create these very quickly. I'm not spending a lot of time on this. And so once you build one, then all you need to do is change the text or whatever within it. You don't need to go and create a new thumbnail every single time, because all of y'all are in the real estate business or real estate related industry. And the issue with that is it's not necessarily a money-making task. All right. So I'm going to open this one. I'm going to do a sample for y'all and kind of walk you through the whole deal. When you create the photos in Canva, the other important thing you need to do is to make sure that you name the photo. All right. Now, the topic that I did on the video was gratitude. Yet my keywords are real estate, small business coaching, conversations, gratitude topic, and then I did Jeremy Williams, business coach, Red Hawk coaching. So this is the participatory part. So you can unmute yourself, mute yourself back when you're done. Why would you want to keyword the photo?
So it's easier to search?
So it's easier to search, right? So who owns YouTube? Google, right? So do you think Google's indexing every single thing that you're putting into YouTube? 100%. So whether you're using photos on your websites, anything, you always want to make sure that you rename your photos before you load them to wherever you want them to go. All right. So if it was like let's say it was a listing that you're marketing on your video, you'd want to make sure you have the address within the keywords, and then maybe your name, your team, whatever you want to add there. All those words are searchable. These are keywords. You don't want to include a lot of words like and. I really should probably take this out. Is and a searchable term? No. So I'm going to put keywords that people, think about if you were the consumer and you were searching for information, what would they put into YouTube, right? If you're searching for a restaurant, what would you put in for that particular restaurant? Those are the keywords that need to be included. Once you have that, then you can just download it. And now I've got my thumbnail ready to go, ready to upload to YouTube. All right. So let's go back over to YouTube. Go ahead.
When you're doing those keywords, do you need to comma separate or quote separate, or just run on word space, word space?
Just run on word space. You can use vertical bars to break them up. Avoid commas, avoid quotation marks. Those are not going to be searchable. All right. Dashes are okay. Vertical bars are okay. Avoid like comma, any other type of punctuation.
Okay, thank you.
Great question. All right. So any questions on how to create the channel art, how to create the thumbnail? We're going to use Canva. All right. Real simple, real easy. All right. You've got several different lists here. You've got home, videos, playlists, channels, discussion, and about. the first place you want to go is to the About. All right. Now, in the description, you'll see this here, and this is where we really need to go, because if you see I'm in the YouTube Studio Beta right now, I can't change any of this. So I need to go over to the left-hand side and look at my menu, the sidebar menu, and I'm going to go all the way down to, let's see, is it going to let me in there? If I have to go over here. Okay, so here's another thing you're going to learn today is when you learn something like YouTube, it will change tomorrow, literally. So we're going to click on settings. I think we can get there through settings. Nope. Let's go back to Creator Studio. Okay, so when we go into Creator Studio, down here at the bottom, you're going to see where it says Creator Studio Classic. That's where you want to go. All right. It's going to ask you all these questions. You don't need to give them any feedback to why. You're just going to hit skip. And then we're going to go to View Channel. And then we're going to click on About. And it should allow you, no. So let's click on Customize Channel. Here we go. All right. Let me go back one more time. So when you're on your channel, you got YouTube Studio Beta, you've got Customize Your Channel. This is where you have to go in to make the edits to everything else. All right, so your description. The first thing that you're going to put in your line, and this is going to be whether it's your description, your playlist, whatever that you create YouTube, in the description, the first line should always be the link to your website or the link to downloading your mobile app. Whatever that is that you want to drive them to, as far as a link, you want that to be the first thing. And you've got to include, whether it's HTTP or HTTPS, you've got to include that in there with the bars. Otherwise, it's not going to create a link for you. You can't just put www.redhawkcoaching. It's got to be the full link. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to put a description. What are people going to find when they're on this channel? What do I want them to know if they're on the channel? And again, I'm going to keyword every single thing in there that I think people are searching for. In my case, they're searching for in the arena of coaching. All right. So, Annette, what would people search if they're out there in the world today and they're searching for you or something within your business? What would be keywords for your business?
Probably the area, South Puget Sound.
Okay.
Military base. I'm right
Okay.
off a military base.
Great. And real estate, right? Realtor.
Yeah.
Right.
Relocation. Because we get a lot of military coming in and out.
Perfect. So VA, maybe you want to mention VA or veteran financing. You could put those keywords in there that people might be looking for and gravitate towards your channel, right? Okay, super important, the description. When you're done, you just click done and it saves it. The other thing you want to line up, and I think you want to do earlier on than later, is your playlist. So playlists are a way to sort your videos. Think of it as like folders. And let's focus on the real estate side. Your folders might be like the home buying process, financing a home. Might be the selling process. It might be why move to Puget Sound, right? And in that, you put videos about restaurants and community events and all those other things. Those would go into that folder. So what does a playlist, if somebody comes to your channel and they're looking at playlists, what does that playlist do for the customer or client? Not everybody one time. I'm not as sarcastic as Chad. I need to amp up my game. All right. So what would you have the playlist for? Why would you want to group your videos?
So they don't get frustrated looking through a bunch of videos they don't want to see.
Yeah, they go right to what they want to see, right? If they're buying a home, then why confuse them with show them all the videos about selling a home? It just doesn't make sense. So think in that terms of how can I break down my business, right? And how can I create videos for the information that they're searching for? Now, let's just take the buying process. Do I have anybody on here that's not a realtor? Everybody real estate? If not, speak up. Let me know.
I'm not a realtor.
Okay,
I'm
what do you
Bowers
do?
administrator.
I'm sorry, what do you do?
I'm sorry.
What do
I'm
you
the
do?
admin.
You're an admin?
I'm
Okay.
yes,
For a real estate team or for what?
for the Bowers team, real estate
Okay.
team.
So a real estate team. So we can, if we talk in the real estate world, we'll be okay. All right.
Oh,
So let's look at the buying process. Somebody writes a contract. What are some of the steps in there that you explain over and over to your client that if you were to create a video for it, that you could send it to them?
Earnest.
Earnest money. What is earnest money? When does it need to be deposited? How do you get it back? Right? You could do a whole video on earnest money. What's another one?
Pre-approval.
Pre-approval, right? What's the importance of being pre-approved? Is to understand your buying power. What are the steps to that? Who are the lenders I can connect with you? Do you do a video with a lender that's talking about the process of that and how they can connect with them? What else? Do y'all have option fees? I know Atlanta might be a little bit different. Texas, they have the option period. What about inspections? I know everybody has inspections, right? What's inspections? What does it entail? What should you expect? You know, when do you have to have them done by? Right? So you can start taking the entire process and compartmentalizing it into videos. So if somebody's thinking about buying a home, let's say maybe they're even a first-time home buyer, they have no idea what they're doing. You can now send them a playlist on the home buying process. How does that help them?
It gives them something to refer back to. A lot of times they don't want to ask a question twice because they feel embarrassed.
Yeah, so it gives them information, and information is power, right? And it allows them to, without having to ask, they can get the information, they can get it quicker, right? They're not having to necessarily call you, you're not available because you're out showing. They can just look at the video and the video tells them everything. How does it make you look as a professional? Javon, what do you think? As a professional, how does it make you look?
It makes you look really knowledgeable.
Yeah, it makes you look like the expert, right? Because are there a lot of agents out there that do this? No. There's a lot that talk about doing it, right? I remember it was about 2006, maybe camp, Gary's on the stage, and he goes, guys, I'm going to give you all the secrets, right? And only a handful of you will actually go out there and do it. So, you know, what we're talking about today, it's okay, we've got the information, but are we going to now go and implement it? And at what level do we implement it at? Right? So compartmentalize, find those things that you're having the conversation over and over and over. Like in Texas, the option period is one that comes up over and over. What is that? You know, why do I have to pay that extra $100, $200? Well, let me send you over a quick video and it'll walk you through the whole process of what that means. Right? Instead of spending 15, 20, 30 minutes with them on the phone, explaining the process again. You probably already talked to them about it once. Instead of, it'll save you a lot of time. Here, let me send you the video real quick. I'm stepping into another appointment. If you have any questions, reach back out to me. All right. So creating video will help save you time. Right. Any questions on the playlist? So to create a playlist, click on New Playlist. and you're going to give it a title. You want to keyword the title, yes or no? Just shake your head. Yes or no? Yes. Everything you want to keyword. Down here, you're going to ask, do you want that to be public, unlisted, or private? So public means the entire world can see it. All right. So be very careful what you post and what you want out there, because the whole world can see it. It could be used one day against you. Who knows? Unlisted, right? Unlisted is what I use with my clients. You know, I record videos with my coaching clients. I don't want the world to see them. I want my coaching clients to see them. So I create what's called unlisted. So unless you have the link, you cannot access the video, right? So all my coaching clients, they're unlisted videos. You might also use unlisted videos if you're doing family stuff and you don't want the world to necessarily see them all, but you want to share that link freely with your family and friends. Unlisted is a good option. Private is like the ultimate lockdown. So you can actually share it with somebody, but it has to be to like a specific, they have to have a Gmail account, or they'll have like a login to get to it. They're going to have to sign in order to get access to that video. And you can specify who that person is by the email. Does that make sense? As you go up the list, the more exposure it gets. I'm gonna say if you're doing anything for your business and promoting your business, get all public. All right. So I'm gonna just do test. We're gonna create that. Now, once I have that created, I'm going to edit the playlist, and I'm going to add a description. What's the first thing in the description line?
The link to your website, or
The link to your website, absolutely. So you put in the link, and then I'm going to do a keyword description that pertains to whatever it is going to be. So if it's about the buying process, I'm going to talk about the buying process. You know, I'm going to, again, probably emphasize some of the geographic areas in which I serve, or if I have a niche market, I'm going to emphasize those keywords in that description as well. All right. And then I'm going to save it. So if I click outside of it, it'll automatically save. All right. Any questions on creating the playlist? Pretty simple. I don't have any videos in it yet. I haven't added any videos. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. All right. So we've created our artwork. We've talked about updating your about section. We've talked about creating playlists. The last thing is adding video. Before I get to that, I just want to share with you a little insider tip. And if you use a Chrome browser, I recommend getting this. It's vidIQ. There's a free version. That's the one I use. You can pay for the paid version, which does a little bit more for you, and it's like $12 a month. But it'll help you as far as gearing the keywords in your videos, making sure that they're going to be searchable. All right. And when you add it, if you look at the top right-hand corner of my browser, you'll see the vidIQ vision for YouTube.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'd say I should know something by in the morning.
Okay.
Hopefully this afternoon.
All right. So let me mute Casey. All right. So any questions on that? It's really simple. You'll go to the solution that you want. You'll sign up. If you want the free account, you'll just get permission to allow them to access your browser. And I'll show you here in a second what that does for you. All right. So what it does for you, it tells you up here like how many months, visits, everything else. It gives you a lot of data. But I'm going to click on the video here to create a video or post. You got two options here. So just like Facebook, you can go live on YouTube, or you can just create a video and upload it. So personal choice. Just like Facebook, if you go live, it tends to get quite a bit of traffic. If you're wanting to do something that's going to be more production based, then, or you want to do edits, then I'd recommend doing just a plain upload. So I'm going to click on upload a video. Right here, I'm going to click on the big red arrow that says select a file to upload. Before I do that, I'm going to tell it, do I want it public, unlisted, or private? I could actually schedule them as well. So if you do like a weekly, we'll call it a show on marketing stats, you can do that. And you can schedule it out to go out the same time every single week. For this, I'm going to make it public. I did a video this morning on gratitude. So I'm just going to go grab that video. All right, and as it's uploading, I'm going to look over here to the right. I'm going to double check to make sure that it is public, or I need to move it to unlisted, or whatever I need to do there. Go a little bit further down, it says add to a playlist. So I've got all these different playlists in here. The ones that have the little locks next to them, these are all my clients. So those are all unlisted. The ones that have the earth next to it, those are public. So I'm going to put in Red Hawk Coaching's Jeremy's Thoughts. Okay. Now I got to go up here, and I'm going to add my title. So I'm going to do real estate and small business coaching, gratitude, Jeremy Williams, business coach, Red Hawk Coaching. Oh, so I went over. So I need to take out a word. I'm going to take out the word business, or let's spell red right first. I'm going to take out the word business. Coach is probably the stronger keyword. Does that make sense? All right. Again, first line is going to be my website. Okay. And then below it, I'm going to put in my description. So Jeremy Williams. Okay. So I've got a description in there. I might put in a few more words. I like to try to get it to about a minimum of 500 is usually what they would deem as a more searchable video. The tags below, if you look at the right-hand side, it gives you, the vidIQ kind of gives you a score to let you know what can be done. There's a checklist on what you can do to up the video. Down at the bottom, custom thumbnail. So we're going to do the keywords first. So keyword might be gratitude. And you see right here below, it starts giving you suggestions. So gratitude, I might do gratitude journal, coaching. I'll do my business. You want to keyword your name. So somebody's searching for your name. Real estate coaching. Real estate coaching. And you get the idea. So I'm going to add keywords, and you can see right here, it'll give you a count, 137 of 500. So you can have 500 characters. So I would get as many keywords as possible that are related to your topic, all the way up to the 500. All right. The more keywords you have down here, it'll start showing you a score, the better. Gives you down here a list of things that you could do to upgrade your video. So it talks about card and end screen. We're going to look at that next. You can monetize your video. Now, I choose not to monetize my video. Why do I not want to monetize my video? What do you think?
Turns people off.
Yeah, because you get the ad that comes up, right? And if somebody sees that ad, they might just click off of it. You know, you've got like 3 seconds really to capture somebody. And if you don't, you're going to start losing them pretty fast. So like 15 seconds, you lose about half your people. At 30 seconds, you lose most of them. Okay. So also when you're creating your video, think about the most important things that you could say and move those up to the front of the video. All right. And it talks about sharing. So sharing it to Twitter, sharing it to Facebook. If you get comments on it, then that's awesome too. All right, so when I'm done, you'll see it processing. It's okay, that's processing still. I'm gonna go ahead and hit publish. Oh, one thing that I forgot, remember the thumbnail. You don't want the awkward face. So I'm gonna go find that thumbnail that I created. And it's probably buried in here somewhere. Let's see if I can remember. There we go. All right, now I've got my custom thumbnail in there. I'm gonna go ahead and publish it now. All right, so once I publish it, there are some other things that I can do. I'm gonna return to edit. And you'll see on the right-hand side, unless they've moved it, So let's go to advanced. So you see basic information, translations, advanced settings. We're gonna click on advanced settings. You're gonna make sure it's in the category that you want. So most everything you're probably gonna publish is in people and blogs. All right. And let's see. Okay, so this is where it's a little confusing, is because some of the features that were in the classic are no longer in the classic, and they're moving everything to beta. So we're going to switch back over to beta here. So YouTube Studio Beta. On the left-hand side, you're going to see videos. So we're going to click on that. And you're going to be able to see all the videos you've uploaded. So this is the one we just did. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And you'll see on the right-hand side. So we have the visibility is public, the playlist is correct, and now it's going to have cards and end screen. To have an end screen, the video has to be at least a minute long in order to add the end screen. So I'm going to click on that. And it's going to give you the opportunity to add a couple elements. So I'm going to add a video or playlist. So I'm going to create that. And I'm going to choose a video or playlist again. And then I could either upload a specific video, or I can take it to a playlist. And I'm going to have it go to the one where I have most of my videos. So I'm going to double click on that. And you'll see that comes up here. All right. I'm going to add one more element, and it's going to be the subscribe button. See how it overlaps? I'm going to just grab it and drag it to the bottom right-hand corner. All right. And then I'm going to click on save. And then I can run a preview and see what that looks like. So it pops up at the end of the video, so you can promote your other videos within your video. This will drive a lot more traffic to your videos if you do this on every single video. All right. The other thing is adding a card. So we're going to return back to Studio, click on videos, click on the video we want to work on. And then right here where it says cards, I'm going to click on cards. So cards are like, it'll be like a little blip that comes up during your video. You can have multiple cards come up through the video. And you could, again, you could add a lot of different things. You could add polls. You could add, promote another channel, or I'm going to have a video that goes up. So I'm going to do a playlist again, and then where most of my videos are. So I'm going to create that card. So at 11 seconds, there's going to be a little card that pops up here that has a link basically to the other videos. So if they're like, I don't want to watch this video, you know, here's the shiny squirrel, I'm going to go chase it. Well, you're still keeping them within your channel, within your videos. Does that make sense? You don't necessarily want them to leave. All right. So that's saved in there. Again, you could add multiple cards. You could have cards coming up throughout the video. So let's go back to videos again. And we're going to click on the video. All right. So at any point too, you can always go back in. If you want to add more keywords, you can do that as well. You can change your title. You can play with that over time. We're going to go back to the advanced settings. And have you ever seen those videos, and you can just shake your head yes or no? Have you ever seen the videos that have the captions? And you're like, how do they do that? Right? Really, really simple. So first you're going to select the language. And if you're going to choose English, yes, Canada English and Ireland English and United Kingdom is very different than ours. So you're going to check that. And then right here it's going to say subtitles. It's not giving me the option here. Let me try a different video. Sometimes it's a matter that it has to process long enough for them to be able to go in, because what they're going to do is go in and capture. Google actually captures all the words that are in there. By the way, those are also optimized. So make sure your first, I think it's about 15 seconds are keywords when you're talking. Let's go to this one here. Go to advanced. Okay, let's try this one here. So we're going to pick our language. Okay. So right here, see where it says English by YouTube automatic? It's going to have 3 dots out to the side of it, and you're going to download that file. Right? Because Google's going to do the best it can to translate you. It's not going to be perfect though. So when I open that file, it's probably going to open to something like Notepad. And here you can go in and make the corrections. If you want to work on the punctuation, you can. I'm here, and it's probably, I don't know, I'd have to listen to the video, but I can go in and edit this form, and then I'm just going to go File, not a Save As, I'm just going to save it. All right, once I get all the corrections done, I'm going to close it, and then I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to upload with timing, and then I'm going to go pick that file. Okay, so there's the caption file. So I'd load that to there, and now when the captions play, it'll be the exact words that I'm saying with the exact timing. All right. Why are captions important? Because a lot of people that are sitting at their cubes in the middle of the day, and they don't want to necessarily have the video playing out loud, but they want to read it. That's how you get the captions. All right. Any questions on that? So that's like a ninja trick there. That's like advanced YouTube. All right.
Do you recommend having captions on all videos or some videos?
What's your best use of time? That's what I would decide. So if it's like one of those that you're just like kind of on the fly and you're throwing out a video, probably not. But if you're doing something where you're like doing the buying process or the selling process, and something that you might use over and over again to promote your business or promote, you know, the steps in the business, those I'd probably caption. I don't caption all of mine just because it does take 15, 20 minutes to work through that. You've got to listen to the video and, okay, what did I say there? Or what did it not pick up? And so it takes a little bit of time to make sure that they're in alignment if you want the words to match exactly. Does that make sense, Renee? Yeah. So it's, as with anything in your business, it's always what's the best use and maximum use of your time, right? I could teach you YouTube today and you're just like, yeah, no, not going to do it. It's not the best use of my time. Now I've heard, listening to other coaches out there, Tom Ferry made a statement here recently that, if you're not using video in your business within the next 3 years, you're basically obsolete. More and more people are digesting video over any other content. The other one that's on the rise is podcasting. And, because it's easily digestible, whether you're in your car, on a treadmill, walking a green belt. So a lot of people are going to video and increasingly audio for their information. Does that make sense? All right. What questions do you have? That in the nutshell is what I wanted to cover today, but I want to open it up to some questions. Maybe what type of uses, whatever you have. Shoot. Chris, what do you got? You got any questions?
Me?
Yep.
No, man, I just hopped on. I just realized what time it was.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm recording it, so you can watch it again. I'll send Chad the link. Who else has questions? Pick my brain. It's okay. It's not all going to be right anyways. What do you got? Javon, I know you're using video. Have you used YouTube yet?
So I've used YouTube to do a promo video, and I'm pulling back into actually doing videos that people would actually be engaged in rather than just introducing myself. So this was helpful because I didn't know how to actually get the word or promote my videos within the space of YouTube.
Yeah, great.
You can share it on your Facebook page and your Instagram, but how do you gain more people on that? So that was helpful.
Yeah, 100%. And think of YouTube as like a place to go and you're going to post stuff to social media. And when you're posting things like to Facebook and Twitter and to Instagram, the way the algorithms are set up with the social media platforms is they really like you to do it organically through the site. So if they're going to give your video more credit in Facebook, load it directly to the site. Now, what happens to the video when you load it to Facebook or any other social media? It rolls off the wall, right? It's off the feed. It's gone. So think of YouTube kind of as like a place. It's like your evergreen place. It's the place where you can store something and that you can always go back to it. It's always searchable. It'll never go away, whereas you could have a really cool video on Facebook and within 3, 4, 5 days, it really doesn't have any more traction. All right. So a lot of times what I do is I'll create a video and I'll load it to my social media, but then I'll also go over to YouTube and load it as well and keyword it. So I do it in both places because I want the impact of them seeing it on Facebook and right now, yet I also want the impact and the searchability that YouTube provides. So if somebody stumbles across it, at some point, they'll come back to me. So the important reason why we talked about adding that link in the description is because every time you do that, when you're creating a video, you're essentially creating another web page that's posted out on the internet. And so the more pages that you have pointing back to your site or pointing back to your app or wherever you want them to go, the better. So think of it as like building a spider web. You might not capture somebody right in the middle of the spider web and hit them between the eyes. You might catch them way out here, right? And then you're going to pull them in. That's what posting video to YouTube does for you, is it creates and makes a bigger spider web for you and your business. All Good thought, Javon. Thank you. What other questions? Annette, what was your takeaway?
I liked that you told us about the different pixel sizes and things like that, because that was something that my partner and I definitely weren't doing, and in our tests it showed. And the thumbnail, because I think more people should do that one.
Yeah, yeah. There's some pretty funny faces out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thumbnail is important too, because it also promotes your brand. So if you think about it when you're creating it, can I create something that represents my business brand and be consistent with that? That helps you as well over time. They're like, oh, I've seen that person before. I've seen their videos before. And maybe it's just a few minor changes between each one, but for the most part, it's pretty consistent. That's really important. Renee, what's the takeaway for you?
It was really helpful to know to add your website to all of your descriptions and to keyword photos as well.
Yeah, keywording the photos is huge. If you go and Google Red Hawk Coaching, you're going to see a plethora of photos, and it's because they're all keyworded. And that's very intentional on my part. Javon on here, and I don't think Javon will mind me sharing this, is Javon found me through the internet. And it's creating those things in those places for them to all come together. So when I got together with Javon, I was like, okay, let me explain about Coach. She's like, I already know who you are. I've watched all your videos. I've gone to your website and all those different things. And a lot of that is because I've created those places to draw people in, right? I've placed those YouTube videos. I've placed those photos that are keyworded because I want them all to come back. And I drive everything to my website. Side note, not YouTube related. If you have a website, go add Facebook Pixel to it. Find out how to add Facebook Pixel to it, because then you can go into your social media and you can actually target people that have visited your site. Why would you want to do that? Because they're the people that are probably most interested in what you're having to offer. So instead of broadcasting to the world or targeting the world, you can also get more hyper local. You can do the same thing with YouTube videos. You have the ability to go and promote the YouTube video. You can get very specific with your audiences. Now, just be careful with it's going to depend on your video content, because there are some different marketing things that you have to abide by as a real estate agent. I coach mortgage brokers. They've got the same thing. Financial advisors, they have the same thing. So just make sure you're staying within those guidelines, but you can get pretty specific with your targeting with YouTube videos as well. All right. It all works together. Awesome. Craig, did you pick up anything?
Hang on.
All right.
Wait. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry. Everything switched when I tried to hit the unmute button.
Oh, no
This
worries.
was very timely for me because I was actually just starting to look to go back to build my channel the other day. It was either before or after you and I spoke, and so this is very timely. And I'm gonna watch the recording again because it's giving me some ideas about the different playlists and how I might be able to utilize those.
Awesome.
And of course, overall about building my brand awareness with the things I've going on. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely. Now, and the thing I like about YouTube and why I gravitated about 1.5 years ago back towards YouTube is, you start looking at Facebook, Instagram, all those different social media platforms. They could change at any one point. I don't see a lot changing with YouTube. Google owns them. YouTube just keeps expanding their services. I don't see them going away. And with Google being the king of search, that's kind of where I want to be. And so when you think about search, you think about Google, you think about YouTube. So great. All right. Did I miss anybody? Chris, did you catch anything last minute? I know you weren't here the whole time. Was there anything you picked up?
No. Yeah, it sounds like everything I've been wanting to listen to and get more information on. I do like your Telecaster in the background. I guess that's probably my.
Yes. Yeah, I love my Telecaster too, and my Taylor. So yeah, very fun. I love them. So that's in between coaching calls. That's the stress relief.
There you go.
All right. Awesome. Well, guys, it's 10:52. I've gone over. I said it was going to be 45 minutes. I've gone over 7 minutes. So I hope that it was worth that time. The thing I'm going to encourage you today to do is, if you need to go back and listen to it again. Otherwise, go and work and implement some of the things that we talked about today. If it's just setting up the basics of your channel, I always find the closer to the training or the coaching that something happens, the more likely it is to continue to happen. And I know Chad talks about the one thing, and we know that it takes 66 days to form a habit on average. And so we need to make sure that if video is going to be something that we do, maybe set yourself up a 66-day challenge and make a video every single day. With my coaching clients, I did a September challenge. I've got other challenges coming up. So follow me on Facebook. I've got a group also called Red Hawk Business Builders, and I'll share that with you here. If you're not a member of that, come over and join it. And next time the video competition comes around, do it. It's not for me, it's for you. I want you promoting it on your sites, but it just helps to have that encouragement of other people doing it together. And so I really encourage you, if this is a path that you want to take, is to implement right away, or set up your plan, implement right away, and then do something that helps you create the habit. Because if you don't do a habit, then you'll do it for a couple weeks and then you're done. It's over. All right. All right. That's it, guys. I appreciate y'all, and thank Chad for the opportunity again today to be able to help y'all with this. Chad's an awesome guy. I love him to death, and his wife Nita, really just neat people, and happy for him and his move to the Pacific Northwest. I know those in Atlanta probably want to see Chad more. Great person though, great coach to have in your life. So congratulations for investing in him, and I know he's pouring back into you. So y'all each have a blessed day, and thank you for taking the time to join me today, and I hope this is of value to you.
Thank you, Jeremy, very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.